Alolan forms. And then we got the new Pokemon, which seems like every time they get a new trailer, we got some kind of new Pokemon. So we've got this. Oh my goodness, this Pokemon. Oricorio, which is interesting. It's got all these different types to it. Hey, Beard Liquor, I agree. They need to bring back Crystal Onyx. Go ahead, give it a nice typing. I'd be fine with that. Just so I could have Crystal Onyx actually in a game. Why not? They used it in the show. That would be cool. I think it'd be awesome. I'd be cool. I'd be cool with it. You could give it an ice ground typing, which would be pretty cool. Alright, so we've got a couple different styles for this thing. Let's see, it says Oricorio changes its form by sipping the nectar of certain flowers. Since it has 4 different forms, the same as the number of islands in Alola, that's important. It would seem that the different Oricorio live in each of the islands. So I guess you can change its form based on island, but I'm assuming there's probably some other way to do that. So we've got the different styles. We've got the Bale style. It's a fire flying type. The Bale style Oricorio is very passionate and power fills its body when it dances. Sends downy fluff flying during intense dances. Yes, hashtag bring Crystal Onyx back. I'm all aboard that hashtag. Go for it. The Dark Consume, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. We've got Pom Pom Style, which is the electric flying type version. Pom Pom Style, Oricorio, is very friendly towards people. It uses dancing to encourage trainers who are fleeing glum. What? Oh, feeling glum. When it dances, its feathers are charged by static electricity. Ooh. So we got Pom Pom Style. Which style are you guys gonna pick? One more reason there's to be Mega? I don't know. I have no idea if Mega Evolutions are coming back or what. I don't think they'd get rid of the existing ones. Maybe they just might not add any. Alright, we got the Senzu style. Get that Senzu bean. The Senzu style Oricorio is quiet and collected. By means of its dance, it gathers spirits drifting about in the area and borrows their power to flight. That's pretty cool. I don't think that was typed right. That's weird. Then we got the oh, I missed one. We got the Pau style. I don't know if I said that right. It's psychic and flying. It acts as its own pace, which sometimes makes it difficult to deal with. It sharpens its spirited moves through dance and increases its psychic power. Ooh. So we got a psychic one and a ghost one, which is interesting because both of the legendaries, one is ghost and the other is psychic. So that's interesting. Also, isn't the other guardian is electric? So does that mean that we'll get a fire one? I don't know. I almost wonder if, since each of these are like the ones for each of the islands, I wonder if like we'll get a fairy type guardian for each of these other ones, since we already have an electric one. If we'll get a fire type fairy, a psychic fairy, and a ghost fairy too. I don't know. Yeah, Giselle, how you doing today? Just talking about this stuff. Well, let's see. else we got here? Alright, so we gotta go on to the other Pokemon. I think these are pretty cool looking. I do love the gift that's like when you and all your girls roll up into the club. It's got all, basically all of them on it. I think that dancing ability is interesting. It's very situational. This Pokemon's cool. I love how it looks whenever it comes out of its shell. So basically, like once it gets hit. It says they are formed in the stratosphere and live by absorbing. Let's pause it right there. By absorbing the detritus around them, and they've consumed a large quantities of particles. Their bodies become heavy and they fall towards the planet's surface. This hard and heavy outer shell with a core within. So I wonder how you get these different colors here. If they're different forms, or what if you can just catch different colored ones and you don't actually know until you like are in the battle and you hit it and then like it breaks open and you're like, oh, I got this colored one. I don't know. A pre-evolution? You thought they were pre-evolutions? Yeah. I mean, I could kind of see that. I can see that. Alright, so now we've got Gumshoe. And I know what you're all thinking. So it's supposed to be like a... I mean, Gumshoe is his name. So you gotta think it's supposed to be like a reference to a detective. The way that its fur goes out is supposed to be like a jacket, you know? That's what it's supposed to be. But this thing, I think everyone's basically dubbed it like the Donald Trump Pokemon. It says it will call on Yungoos allies to stand in the way of trial goers. So, as we saw, it was kind of there. Actually, let's see. Can we find that? Can I find that part? Where it's like, I think it's after this, where basically he was like straight up okay, so these totem Pokemon, this is where we see this thing, the Gumshoos, and he's getting like super powered up. He's getting a defense boost, and then it calls on an ally Pokemon. So there's a Yungoos. I don't know, it's like, I mean, it looks like Donald Trump. I you know, at first I was like, I could kind of see it with Yungoos, but this one straight up is, especially the look on his face that he always has. Anyways, I don't know. I love this thing, Fomantis. I still think that I'm kind of surprised that it's just grass. Like, I've said this like a couple times. But Fomantis is nocturnal. Okay. It performs photosynthesis while it sleeps during the day by spreading out its leaves in all directions. Because of the danger of staying in the same location for 2 days in a row, Fomantis begins its search for the next day's spot as soon as the sun sets. Evolves into Lurantis. Lurantis is also a grass type, so it doesn't get any added typing, it just stays pure grass. Lurantis draws opponents near itself with a flower-like appearance and aroma, and then it takes them down. It is said that it is the most gorgeous of all grass Pokemon due to its brilliant coloration and elegant moves. I like it. I think its shiny form is going to be really interesting if its regular form is pink. I think that kind of tells me that it's going to have a really cool shining form. The thing to notice with this is that it appears that it has, yeah, it says it right here, Solar Blade. So it also mentions something about it not liking to use Solar Beam. I think that Solar Blade is potentially like potentially a physical kind of version of Solar Beam. I don't know if it would actually have the same, I don't know, like the same base power and stuff, or the same like weight of turn kind of thing. But it specifically mentions it not liking to drain the solar energy that it's built up, so that's the reason that it want to use Solar Beam, and then having to wait a turn. So maybe Solar Blade is like not as powerful as Solar Beam, but it's a physical type move. So maybe something around the range of like Leaf Blade. Is Leaf Blade's like 90? Maybe it's a 90 attack power, 100 accuracy, physical grass type move. That could be interesting. Which I don't know if that's supposed to tell us anything about like Lurantis in general, like if it's going to be more physical based or what. But it is interesting. It looks pretty cool. I like it. I don't know if there's anything else on Lurantis. Okay, yeah, here. It says Solar Beam. Fomantis excels at long range attacks like Razor Leaf Solar Beam, so that kind of sounds special based. Solar Beam is indeed a powerful move, but since it uses up all its energy that the Pokemon is stored throughout photosynthesis, Fomantis rarely uses it. So maybe that's the reason that it wants to use that. So maybe it's not a physical move. Maybe it is a special type move. Maybe it's a less powerful version of Solar Beam, which means it probably won't have the turn weight, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it is a prairie mantis. It is weird that it's all grass. It's not bug type at all. Alright, so then we got the pre-evolution of Mudsdale, which is Mudbray. Same two abilities, it looks like. Of course, we don't know the third one. Mudbray could be once found all over the world, but it became endangered and is now a protected species. It is said that the Alola region is the only place in the world where Mudbray can still be found in the wild. So it's a little like donkey mule. I think everybody kind of realized that Mudsdale was probably like too powerful to be a pre-evolution, so it makes sense that it is the pre-evolution. Sounds like it's still pretty strong. It's probably still have pretty decent defensive and attack stats, which is I think like kind of the idea that we're getting with that thing. What else?